Stephen A. Smith on why, in his opinion, Deshaun Watson has been the most disappointing quarterback in the NFL so far this season. This from ESPN's First Take.
This is the reason. There was a time a few years ago before all of his situations really ballooned and got out of control and all of that stuff, self-inflicted, no doubt. We even talk about Patrick Mahomes and Deshaun.
Yes.
This is before that playoff series against Josh Allen that Patrick Mahomes had.
Yeah.
This is before Joe Burrow burst onto the scene and was getting you to a Super Bowl and then an AFC Championship game. We talk about Deshaun Watson. That's why they gave him $230 million.
Ooh.
He started 3 games this year. They 2-1, 4 touchdowns, 2 interceptions, 63.7% completion percentage. Clearly has not been himself. We let it go last year because he was suspended for the first 13 weeks, first 11 to 12 games or so. And we let it go last year. But we came into the season expecting to see something resembling the Deshaun Watson of old. We have not seen that.
We haven't.
And as I look at the Cleveland Browns, you picked the Ravens, I picked the Bengals. We've talked about the AFC North. But if Deshaun Watson comes back and resembles anything like what we've seen before his transgressions invaded the news, the airwaves and stuff like that, think about what Cleveland could be. But think about what they could be.
But here's the problem, is because we've seen nothing that could possibly remind us that that's still in there.
This is why he's my biggest disappointment.
So
that's exactly why he's my biggest disappointment. Because we haven't seen it.
Let's welcome in Tyler Johnson, Faithful Dogs Podcast Network 216. 2 things. He's hurt. I mean, his throwing shoulder, his rotator cuff on his throwing shoulder is hurt. And I would argue that the last time we saw him on the field against the Titans, we saw some shades of what he was and what the Browns think he will be.
Yeah, Dave, exactly. And the funny thing is about Stephen A. Smith, there are other quarterbacks that are highly paid in the NFL that are struggling. Joe Burrow this year is a prime example. Now, again, he has been playing hurt.
Russell Wilson.
Exactly. Russell Wilson's another one that comes to mind. And, I'm going to say this too. Daniel Jones is another one that comes to mind with the Giants. So, I think it's a case in point that it's very easy that when you say something about Deshaun Watson, it's going to be what gets the clicks. It's going to be the type of content that, of course, it's going to get us Browns fans like us talking about this right now. But, yeah, Deshaun Watson's been hurt, and we did see against the Titans, we saw some of that flash of the player we used to see. So, you know what? Let Stephen A. talk. It's what he does. It's what he's been good at throughout his entire career. But, yeah, I think he's wrong on this one, and I think he's just trying to stir up the Browns fan base, which clearly he has done. That's for sure.
Yeah, I hope he's wrong. Let's hope he is wrong on that one. All right.